This is Blake Levine, and today I'm going to share from my book Beating Bipolar and the chapter on Keeping Love Strategies for Success. It would be great if partners didn't have tempers and relationships didn't take effort. There'd be nothing but kumbaya in the world. But since we're all human, we're unlikely to skate through life without worrying about what our partners think, do, want, or say. Even those of us who have terrific mental health still have our moments, moods, and meshuggahs. Whether you describe your problems in English or Yiddish, they still have to be addressed. When there's stress between the two of you, make sure your anger is directed at the right source. People with bipolar often take out their agitations, frustrations, and confusion on the people closest to them when they're really mad about something else. If someone has truly hurt you by his or her words or actions, you certainly have the right to be mad, but be clear about what's really going on internally before you react. Limit the fighting. If you become angry, sometimes the best thing to do is to step away. Since arguments can escalate quickly once someone's fuse is lit, you might want to work preemptively by avoiding topics that stroke the flames. If you do wade into uncomfortable waters, slow the action by removing yourself. Taking a walk will not only diffuse the situation, but also limit the damage that usually occurs when you say or do something out of anger. Since you can't take it back, it's better to calm down first. Consult the professionals. If you really believe your relationship is at risk, see a counselor. Someone who's trained in helping people work through issues calmly and clearly can also help you communicate in a more measured, constructive way. You'll likely be asked to listen while your partner speaks and then acknowledge what he or she has said during the session. Don't worry, you'll have your opportunity to vent too, since this approach relies on equal time for everyone. Couples therapy can not only save your relationship, but also teach you how to get your needs met without resorting to fisticuffs. Unleash the tension. There are ways to let out your feelings without creating long-term damage to yourself or another person. If you truly need to vent, you also need to remove yourself from the situation and direct your frustrations elsewhere. Scream in your car or the woods. Hit a punching bag until you're physically spent. Anything you do to release a pent-up tension and negative energy that doesn't put others at risk is a positive step. Your therapist or coach also has techniques to help you discharge your feelings. If you're absent from a professional's help, talk to a trusted friend who has calmed you in the past. You need a strategy for handling your outbursts so that you're not verbally or physically laying a hand on anyone. Live and let go. You can't change or erase the past. If your current partner has cheated or hurt you in some other way, you can't undo what this person has done. You can only make one of several choices. Let the hurt fester, forgive, and work together on a positive relationship, or leave. Whatever course you ultimately take, the first step will be to decide if the marriage or partnership is worth keeping. If it is, you and your mate have to work to do identifying any underlying problems and building new trust. Whether or not you decide to remain connected, don't hold on to the negativity. It's not healthy or constructive to stay angry, especially if you want to find someone new. It will only sour you to potential suitors. Make your relationship meaningful and fun. Your partner is supposed to be your best friend, the one person in the world who accepts you for all your flaws and supports you in every way. You need to treat this person as a deserving and integral part of your life. Sadly, many of us with or without bipolar disorder behave very badly towards our mates. We yell at them, we put them down, we make their lives generally miserable. This is not the recipe for a healthy marriage or relationship. If you want a partnership that flourishes over time, you need to treat your mate with the same respect that you want in return. Smile more, yell less. Think of every little thing you can do each day to make your partner feel appreciated, wanted, and special. You have many hurdles to overcome with bipolar disorder. You don't want your mate to feel as if the fight isn't worth it. It's your job to lift up this person by showing that you truly care. You'll both be healthier for it. One of the ways I knew Jen was the woman for me was that our relationship wasn't a struggle. It flowed easily from day one. Fortunately, we have the same positive dynamic today, even though we still disagree now and again. We work out our issues by talking them through. We also commit daily to our marriage. These are the same building blocks that I recommend to others. You can't expect a relationship to flourish unless you're willing to work on it. Bipolar times 2. Setting ground rules is important in any partnership. When you both suffer a mental illness, doing so is even more critical for extending the love. Being a good spouse or lover is not rocket science, nor is it just about great sex. It's showing that despite bipolar or another chronic illness, you're capable of pulling your own weight in a healthy, committed union. Coming together over two mental illnesses gives new meaning to the vow in sickness and in health. Whether you're sharing life with an emotionally healthy or similarly challenged individual, you need to work for a win-win situation. Here are some steps to take. Manage your own illness. Vowing to stick with your treatment plan and live healthy is as important for your relationship as any other promise you make before God, family, and friends. You have a responsibility to yourself first to take your medications, see your therapist, attend your support group, and pursue any other avenues to keep balance in your life. But you owe it to your partner to keep yourself in recovery. It's a vow that you should be willing to take. Encourage your partner to stick with treatment. If you're involved with someone who has a mental illness, it's imperative that you support and encourage this person in his or her own growth. Relationships can crumble due to many pressures. Yet, when either of you refuses to come to grips with the chronic disease, the results can be disastrous for you both. It's tough enough to take care of yourself if you're not well. Well, this is my little educational talk about relationships. It's in my book, Beating Bipolar. And I want to tell you that you can have a wonderful, healthy relationship. I suggest that you work on yourself, and getting in therapy with a counselor is a wonderful way to move forward. And this, along with many other great lessons, is in this book, Beating Bipolar. Came out in 2012. And I have some other books. I'll share the links below. I thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, like and subscribe. And my website is also here for educating. Thanks.